welcome back to the channel. So here's a surprise. We have an update for Heavy Cargo Truck Simulator. This came to a surprise because I knew this was coming, but I didn't know when. So they just kind of dropped it today on March the 13th. So let's go over some of the things that they added and stuff like that. I think is the most important thing. They added the compass for avatar, which we can see up on screen now. When steering with a controller stick, the input is used for the number of degrees and no longer the speed of the steering. So if you guys have watched any of my past videos, you'll know that my biggest issue with this game is steering. Steering on controller on this game was absolutely horrendous. What I'll say is that they've improved it. It's still not the best. I still think it needs a little bit of tweaking. I still think that when you let go of the steering wheel needs to come back to center quicker still. But they have improved it. What I will say is, even though it's not in the patch notes, they did something with the steering wheel, because now if you're on a steering wheel, there's still no force feedback, but the vehicles steer so much better with the steering wheel. It's so much more enjoyable to play. I've only driven this van, and this van is kind of the absolute worst thing to drive in the game. It's the my least favorite thing to drive. I can't stand it. Driving the trucks was always more fun, but with this update, driving this has become more bearable. And the way I remembered it is that the trucks were always okay. Like, the steering wasn't great, but it was better in the trucks than there was in this van. Now it's pretty good in the van on the wheel. On control, like I said, you can use some help. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second here. Increased goodwill for red light offenses. Facilitated activation of various add-on parts. Path calculation optimized. Added the option to delete game saves in the corresponding menu. Dolly behavior corrected for wind wing missions. So they have a full-on patch notes here, and there's a ton of things that they've fixed. We go over some of these. Start trigger for mission, open pit tipper placed more sensibly. Improvements to the reset points of the super high heavy missions. Rubber band behavior of the pilot vehicles reduced. Weather and time of day adjusted in various missions. I don't know what's going on there. I guess she's just getting antsy. I don't know. New speed display and exterior camera for man TGE. Again, the steering with the controller. Vehicles, improved visuals for the wind tower adapter. Improved visuals of the man TGE tires. UI, UX, epilepsy warning added at the start of the game. Added the option to delete game. Added button assignment for cruise control and camera changing controller overlay window for various controllers. Performance and memory consumption of the mission screen significantly optimized. Loading screen optimized. Graphics, decal rendering optimized. Sound, improved voice output, mission description. There's a ton. There's a ton of bug fixes. I don't want to go over all of those. I just really want to go over the main ones, which would be the driving. The addition of the compass is pretty cool. We can't take it off, as far as I can tell. Wait, maybe we can. Zoom forward. Tool menu. Oh yeah, right there's the tool menu. No, I don't think. No, we can't take the compass off, which is a shame if you're a content creator and you're trying to get screenshots. So now that compass is there, and even the options, you can't take it off. So let's hop in this thing first. And first, I'm going to drive it around with the controller. Okay, take the parking brake off. Okay, so I still have to do a bit of counter steering. Now, I know some of you might say, well, what's the big deal? And, okay, I kind of get that. But in a driving game, especially on controller, it's it's just better to have it where you don't have to counter steer that much. I just find that it takes a lot of the fun out of a driving game. Oh my god, I'm going. But see, like right there, you have to counter steer still quite a bit. Driving on, you know what? Let's just shut off the steering wheel for a second here, because sometimes when you have the steering wheel on and you're steering with the controller with the steering wheel on, it does weird things. Okay, so I think it was the steering wheel possibly interfering. I really need to get somewhere where I can make a decent turn, though. Okay, we have a turn coming up here, so let's... On the rain stopping. Let's do that there. Okay, so I feel this is an issue, like just non-stop traffic is ridiculous. How the hell am I supposed to make the turn when the traffic just won't stop? Okay, we're going for it. Okay, so it was the steering wheel interfering. So you know what, guys? All right, so let's hop in here and see what this mission is all about.
It is not unusual for large agricultural machines to be moved back and forth between different locations. This tractor is to be taken to the cooperative site northwest of Velslo. The route is tricky, especially at the start, the descent to Velslo. Once you have crossed Velslo, the rest is child's play.
Okay, interesting. So this is our load. Very cool. We're taking a class, even though this isn't branded class. We know that's what this is. This is a very interesting way to put that on the trailer. Yeah. Why are the wheels turning? That's a little strange. Okay, so here's a truck. Don't worry, be heavy. Okay. So as I said, we're going to do this all on the wheel. There we go. Start her up. Oops, I forgot. I'm so used to like ETS or ETS2 or ATS where the braking is not like that, but okay, so this is going to be the trickiest part, they said. So now I'm on the wheel. Like I said, in the van, the wheel worked really well. I was really surprised. And this is the meat and potatoes of the game. I mean, this is why you play this game. So making this turn is going to be tricky because I'm going to have to cut out wide, but it looks like there's a lot of traffic. Now, what I don't know is how this game likes controller and... Oh yeah, that feels good. I hope I'm making this turn. Yeah, I think we did good. We did good. So a couple things I want to point out. Performance-wise, it still isn't the greatest. And, you know, I really want to talk about the fact that there's just so many sim games for console that just aren't good. You know, it gets like depressing. CGD Games, he was a YouTuber, loved his content. He was another one that he would be honest. If a game wasn't good, he'd say it wasn't good. He just quit his YouTube channel because, well, partly because his business, he has to devote more time to that. He has a family, he wants to devote more time to his family, completely understandable. But also, he said he was really getting burnt out because he was a sim content creator, and the sim games are just horrible. You know, and I totally feel that as someone myself that does content on Sims for console. I feel defeated. I really do. I haven't been putting a lot of new content in the way of like new games on the channel. There's been several new Sims that come out for console, but the problem is I had to spend my own money to buy these games. So I have a game budget. Obviously I'm not much different from the rest of you guys. I'm not a huge YouTuber. I don't get, millions of dollars off YouTube. So I have a fairly small gaming budget. I don't really want to waste my money on games that suck, that I'm going to play once to put on the channel to tell you guys to stay away from. It's hard because mostly all of the games that come out that are Sim for console are just horrible. And I really don't feel like it's the console's fault. I really don't think it's that the consoles can't handle it. I just think it's laziness on the developer's part. They put these games out. They mass produce them. Like, they put these games out. Every couple of months you get these games, and they just don't take the time to put the love into them because they know they're not going to be a huge money draw. They can't, oops, I'm speeding. They can't constantly, how do I want to say it? Like, I mean, they could make more money off these games if they would just fix them. But it seems like that's not their priority. So, like, someone mentioned in one of the Discords how ETS2 and ATS and some of the other bigger Sims, that they've been around for a long time. So they've had time to kind of cook and, kind of get to that sweet spot. And I agree with that. But I also think that if a developer would literally take the time and make a good Sim specifically for console, and did the same time let it become a good game, it would work. It would work. They would make good money off it. It would be popular with the Sim crowd for consoles. But the fact of the matter is they don't do that. They put these games out, they put them out in a horrible state, they do a couple updates, and then they abandon them and they move on to the next game, which is just as bad. When people talk about SES, well, how can SES be on console, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they have their own game engine. They're not working with Unreal. They're not working with Unity. They have their own game engine that they built in-house, that they know the ins and outs. I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. These games like this that they use Unreal Engine and they use, Unity and stuff like that, they're not optimizing these games enough to work great on consoles. And like I said, they don't seem to ever have the intention of long-term development, long-term support for these games to get them to a point where they're a very good game. Now, obviously, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel about it, because we have games that are on console that are Sims that are good. A lot of people rag on Train Sim World 5, but I mean, compared to the Sims that we get, like Fernbus and this game and On the Road and Alaskan Road Truckers, Train Sim World 5 is beautiful. It's a fantastic game. Oops. It's a fantastic game that works well. SnowRunner. I know SnowRunner isn't exactly like a trucking game like this. It's not. It may be pushing it to call SnowRunner a sim, but it's a good game. And it's proof that a game can work like that on console, that is being developed and, given the time and love to become something better. So, I said that I feel like a lot of these developers, it's just a cash grab, and someone said, well, you know, it's always like that, opportunistic business and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no. There's a difference between opportunistic business and a cash grab. And these these cash grab games, or these games that, these developers put out a game, maybe 3 or 4 games a year, and they all suck, and we eat them up because we're so thirsty for these types of games on console. We're so thirsty for these types of games on console that we're desperate, man. We're desperate. It's like we want it. So yeah, we buy all these games, and we know that they're going to be not good. And I mean, some people will say I'm wrong. Some people will put in the comments that, no, you're wrong. I think On the Road's a good game. I think this game's a fantastic game, And okay, that's fine. But again, if you're okay with subpar products and, subpar games, then that's what you're going to get. As long as people keep spending the money and buying these games, there's going to be a market for them, and they're going to keep pumping them out. Whoa, dude, come on. This is taking me down some roads that I feel we shouldn't be down with this low. But I mean, as you can see, like, the FPS isn't great. And there's nothing I can do to change it. I can't. There's no quality or performance mode in this game. It just is what it is. And I feel like it's things that we've all just grown either numb to, or we're just complacent about it. Like, it's never going to get any better. So I guess we just have to enjoy what we have. But I do feel that, what are we doing? Come on, what are we doing? Ah, I knew it. There was no reason to get this late again, that the vehicles they wouldn't go. I don't understand it. I can't keep this thing stopped. Look at this. I can't keep it stopped because if I hold my foot on the brake, it goes backwards. What the hell is this? I guess we'll put on the parking brake. Oh, this is just dumb. Now, what is this? What do they stop for? Not me. Oh, my God. What is going on here? Yeah, why is traffic stop? There's no way that's for me. There's no way. It's because I was in reverse. Are you serious? Oh my God. See what I mean, guys? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because there's no reason why, we should put up with games like this. I mean, look at, if you can't make a good game, if you can't figure out how to make these games work on console, then just don't. Then just don't. That is, oh my God. That's the easiest solution. And yeah, it's going to piss off some gamers. It's going to piss off some console guys. Don't you do it, boss. It'll piss off console gamers that want it. And I'm sure I'm going to get probably negative comments here saying, well, speak for yourself. Why want the games? Yeah, but why do you want games that aren't good? Just to have. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. But yeah, I will say though, they have improved the steering. Like on the wheel, it's so much better. Again, I wouldn't say it's perfect on controller. They have definitely improved it. It just needs to be tweaked a little bit more. But honestly, I might play this game more. We might have this a little bit more on the channel with this update. Now that I can at least steer it on the wheel, and it's doable. you know. They need to do something about that though. I would prefer where if I keep my foot on the brake, it stops, and then if I have to go in reverse, let let me hit the brake a second time. These lights are crazy. These lights are crazy. I will say for a small map, the trips feel long. I feel like the scale of the map is is maybe a little off. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, guys, because and I it's not like I'm trying to compare this to ATS or ETS2 because I'm really not, because they're different, and I do understand that a lot of the people that are watching my channel, if you've always been console gamers, you've never played ATS or ETS2, so you don't know, how those games play out. But for me, I don't ever have like a bored moment in those games as of right now. Like even when I'm going to pick up the next load, the drive is so fun. Like it's I enjoy it. I enjoy all of it. But like with this game, for instance, driving the van to the next job is so tedious to me. Like there's nothing fun about it. Driving the truck here, this is fun. I enjoy this. This is all enjoyable. But driving that van to the next job, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I would say this is a lot better. I don't know how much this game costs anymore, but I would say after this update, uh, I would say if you get this game on sale and you have a wheel, I would say it's worth it. Again, no force feedback, but good luck getting Aerosoft Trail. Let's go get force feedback. I mean, Trucks and Logistics is supposed to have an update to give us force feedback, even on consoles. But I have no idea when that's going to happen. And I don't know how much that's going to help that game, to be honest. Ooh, we're up on the curb here. Oh, these traffic lights are killing me in this game. I'm not going to lie. I will say that I wish the map for On the Road looked more like this. I wish the graphics for On the Road looked more like this, if I'm being really honest. I think and supposedly they're supposed to make an update to On the Road where they're supposed to run on this newer version of Unity, so the game presumably would look like this. And honestly, if the game looked like this, it might not be as bad. It's still not great, but I don't know. Oh, I need to get in this lane. So we need to take this thing right through the city here. You know, if I really think about it, with this game, I kind of feel like why could they have just updated On the Road to these graphics? You know, leave everything that's in On the Road, leave that in there, and just add the heavy cargo stuff to that game as something else that you can do. You know, I think that would have been a little better. We really have to go around roundabout. Are you serious? Okay, this game is just like purposely making it difficult. And now here's the deal: like in real life, if you have a large load, oh my god, this is a really. Yeah, in real life, you would avoid stuff like this. You would try to get the most logical route. But see, you can see. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys can see, but like for me, like I can see the FPS drop in the game. I know that when you upload it to YouTube, YouTube does a lot of weird things to videos, and sometimes you can't see stuff like that. But it's definitely happening. But you know what I can say is the last time we did a video on this game, which wasn't that long ago, I said that I didn't recommend this game. And now I'm going to say if you can get this game on sale, it might be a fun one to pick up. As of right now, I think this is more enjoyable than Alaskan Road Truckers. It's in a lot better condition than On the Road. And again, on the wheel, it's a lot more doable. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. The game isn't perfect by any means. Like I said, there's still FPS drop. I will say I haven't really been noticing popping. So that's a plus. And I do feel that kind of hurts the FPS. So I think it's a handoff. It's like, do we have less popping, but the FPS is worse? Or do we make the game run smoother and have more popping? So I can imagine how that's a tricky decision to make if you're a developer. I will say the FPS drop doesn't seem anywhere near as bad as, say, Fernbus. Like, it does seem like with this game, just in places it may drop, you know. Oh, crap. Still, I would like some better options with the steering, though, even on the wheel. And again, like if they could incorporate force feedback in the game, I do kind of feel like that would help a lot. Because you know what people don't understand is that force feedback isn't just about feeling all the bumps and stuff. It really does make driving and steering more precise. Oh God, I am struggling a little bit driving this. It does seem like it drives smoother the slower you go still, which, again, I feel like it needs to be tweaked. I don't think... I think they're so close, and especially on the controller, I think they're so close to getting it. It still needs just a little bit of tweaking. Okay, where do they want this? There's that there, but that's not where they want the truck, is it? Crap, wait a minute. You know, maybe that is. Okay. All right. You know, that's another issue I have with a truck game. A truck game where you don't have to back in and, like, watch. The minute we get the wheels in, boom. That's the end. All right, step out of the vehicle. All right, where do we have to go? Over here. Time. Okay, 100%. Damage load. We did good. Materials. Damage to obstacles. Okay, speed limit. 2 out of 4. Red traffic lights. We did good there. Driving style, 96%. New available in garage is the horn. Okay. Oh, and now it's raining. Lovely. Whoa, that's loud. That's loud. Wait a minute. Okay. So that's the update, guys. Honestly, it's not bad. They actually made it better. They did make it better. There's our van over there.
Guys.
So again, I am going to go ahead and I am going to slap a recommendation on this game. And I'm still going to say, if you can get it on sale, I would say get it, because steering on controller now isn't bad. Again, I'm going to say that maybe it does need a little bit of tweaking. But my God, it is so much better than before. It is so much better than before. Like, before, I really had to counter steer like a lot. It's just ridiculous amounts of counter steer. And now, it is a hell of a lot smoother. Again, like I said, I would like to see them still tweak it a little bit more where it goes to center quicker still. But, yeah, the game is now at least playable for me on controller and on the wheel. So yeah, I would say if you can get this game for like $20 or less, I would say pick it up, and I think you'll probably have fun doing the missions. Like, it's not a game that you're going to be playing and putting in, you know, thousands of hours in, but that's why I said if you can pick it up for cheap, I think I'm going to go ahead and slap my seal of approval now, guys. So, you know what? Good job to the devs. Good job to the devs for making an update that actually is worth something. I'm, shall I say I'm impressed? I think I am. I think I'm impressed. So with that being said, guys, that's where we're going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have the game and you guys have checked out the update, let me know in the comments what you think about the update. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.